Yes, we are live, and it is how to handle your toddler tantrums and more. Now, I have a parent in my church. She has toddlers. I think 3 or 4 children within the ages of five downwards or so. I don't think anyone is up to 6. I think 5 downwards. Each time she brings them to children's class, these children, especially one of the girls, she had, I think 2 girls and 1 boy, 2 girls and 1 boy, thereabout. 3 or 4 children, this girl will cry and cry and cry. She should be about 4 years or so. She will cry and cry and cry and cry like 4 5 years. Sometimes she will physically be fighting the teachers. She's crying so that she can get either to her parent, back to her mom, or to outside to play. Most times it's outside to play. She will cry and cry and cry and cry. And guess what? Each time the mom drops her, the mom, because she's kind of a cleaner, she cleans the church for laundry cleaning. I think she will be hovering around. So the girl, she knows that her mom will always be hovering around, and her mom will always come to rescue at some point. So she will cry. And most times when she's crying, her siblings will join her. She will cry and cry. I know that the teachers have smacked, the teachers have yelled, the teachers have done everything they can possibly do to get her to behave whenever she gets to church. Nah, she still doesn't do that. Sometimes the woman comes to, most of the time, the woman will come to take her back into the church, to take her along with her. And some other times they will leave her eventually. It still doesn't work. I know it is not only about this mom I'm referring to. There are so many other parents whose children have this meltdown, these tantrums, and it can be very frustrating. So remember, is our month, conference month, and the title of our month is winning the parenting battles. Winning parenting battles. And our conference is 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. 24th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th of June 2025. 5 days packed with practical people coming to share their struggles and how they crack their code. So we can as well begin by having the conversations right now. What we want you to do is we want you to actually share with us the battles you face in your parenting, and we are coming to teach you how to crack the code. And our conference is going to be transformational. It is going to literally give you how to crack the codes of all those battles you are struggling with. So today is about toddlers, your parenting struggles with them, and how you can crack the code. My name is Enimien Orebo, and if you are seeing this channel for the first time, you are in the right place. It's all about parenting. What we do here, we teach you practical and actionable steps to help you raise the child that you have. So what you want to do is to quickly click the subscription button, and then click the share button and copy the link of this video and invite everyone they have toddlers. Those in your church, share in your church WhatsApp group. Those in your school, children's school, share in their school community. In your alumni, share, invite everyone they have toddlers. Every single parent tell them that they are going to get the code to crack the battles they have in their parenting in this channel, Parenting with Enimien, powered or brought to you by the Visionary Parents Academy. So let's go. I'm going to be sharing some everyday battles we have in our parenting. If you're a parent of a toddler, everyday battles you have in your parenting your toddlers, and I'm going to be teaching you how to actually crack the code. Remember, our conference is coming up. Our conference, parents who have actually been there before, who have walked certain paths that your child is walking, or who have experienced certain parenting questions, struggles, that you are experiencing. They are coming to teach you their experiences and share with you how they actually cracked the code, how they delivered themselves, how they got their big win, how they got victory in their parenting battle. So let's go. So the first one, like I just shared a while ago, is tantrums from children, emotional outbursts. Like, it happens a great deal. You see kids Every time you see, maybe you are in the supermarket, you are see children, you anywhere outside in school, you see children. Like I shared, the parents, I shared her story, the children will cry, like they will cry, especially one daughter of hers, she will cry and the others will join her. She can cry for over 30 minutes or 1 hour, even way more than that, just because she doesn't want to stay in the children's class. Now, if this is you, here is it. One thing you need to understand is that it may be separation anxiety. Your children, I always say that your children feel free with you. They feel vulnerable with you. They are so used to you, so they do not want to leave you. So leaving you to a place, especially if the place doesn't really feel seen, the place doesn't really feel safe, especially if the people they are not so familiar. And I remember we have children who they may be in a place for 1 year. Now, everybody, I keep talking about lifespan, I keep talking about lifeline when it comes to everybody. We all don't have the same, a particular thing. We don't have the same, should I say, span or the word. For example, you see children crying. Even as an adult, when things happen to you, you feel bad. Some people stay in that situation, in that space of feeling bad. They stay there for a very long time. Some people just snap out of it immediately and move on. Or some people stay there. They are unhappy. They are brooding, mooding, sulking for a very long time. The same thing happens to children. So you have children who don't easily warm up. So even if they have been, oh yes, I joined that church about when I got here, about it's going to 2 years now, a year and some months I joined that church. It has been the same story over and over again. For some children, they don't easily warm up. They are not comfortable in a place they are not comfortable with for a very long time. I can tell that my 8-year-old boy too, the same thing. He's not comfortable in a place. He's not a child that easily warms up. So we've been here since, we are almost 2 sessions here now. By the end of this term, by the end of next term rather, okay, this is 3rd term, fantastic. By August, would have been 2 years here. So when September, they resumed the new school in September, he is just literally struggling to fit in. It is just now, he is managing to adapt. He is managing to just flow with it. So that's his kind of person. So he's not someone that is very, very expressive emotionally. So he may not have that, cry non-stop. But it doesn't mean he is comfortable. He's just like, I'll call him a typical gentleman. He's in a place, he just wants to mind his space, stay on his own, So, but because he's not that kind of a person who cries, who is just emotionally too overly expressive. Unlike those children, they may have been in the church for a very long time, but they still don't feel very okay with it. So it is one of the reasons why they will cry. It is one of the reasons why you will go out and your child will be crying non-stop. One, it will be that they don't easily warm up, and it is not their fault. It is their wiring, their nature. Another reason is, like for those parents, I know something that she does is, after a while, when a child cries and cries and cries, the teachers go call her and she comes to take the child. She comes to pick the child, right? What does that tell you? So it simply means that children are bound to test boundaries. It's one of the things they do. They love to test boundaries, so they want to be sure. So when he cries, she knows that at some point in her crying, her mom will come and pick her. Her mom will come and pick her. So you are telling her, okay, go to the church. And she knows that at some point when she begins to cry too much, her mom will come and pick her. What does she do? She will keep crying. If maybe after crying for 15 minutes today, after crying for 15 minutes 5 days ago, before the mom went to pick her, okay, she has learned, okay, she cried for 15 minutes. So 4 days ago, after 15 minutes, the mom doesn't come, she will tell herself, okay, let me cry 5 more minutes. Maybe after crying 5 more minutes, now the mom comes to pick her, then she tells herself, okay, let me cry 30 minutes. So the fact that she knows that the mom will always come to pick her, at some point the teachers will get frustrated, they will send her out of the class to go and meet her mom. it is one reason she will cry non-stop. So for a parent, if you have a child who doesn't easily warm up, it is why when you go out, your child is all throwing tantrum. It is because, one, you are their parent. They feel super comfortable with you. They're not comfortable with the environment. So what do you want to do? You want to see how people that are going to welcome them or have them, how those people can be super friendly, how they can be there, show concern, make the place safe, make the place habitable for your child. Said hi, thank you so much, ma, for joining me. Those people can also be welcome, be receptive, how they can make your child feel warm. And another thing is, some children at home with you, it's easy for them. They do things, they get away with it. That is it. Remember in the Bible, when they accused Jesus Christ of his disciples not fasting, he said because he was around. So your child does a lot of things at home with you. No boundaries, no control, no stop. And they get away with it. So when they go outside that is structured, they are not able to be there because that place they are is structured. Remember, with you is porous, it's more porous. They do anything, they get away with it. They jump up, they come down. But when they go out, it is structured. They can't do anything they like. And the little they do, they may not get away with it. So it becomes an issue. So they don't want that because that place is not comfortable for them. It is why even from home, you need to teach your children structure, how to behave all of the time. If they have this, okay, this is how to behave when I'm at home, when I'm here, it helps them. It helps them adjust when they go to a place because they know what to expect and how to behave. Even when your kids are toddlers, it is when you start. Because one of the things we do as parents, we don't start when they are toddlers. So because we don't start on time, when they become preteens and teenagers, we have a lot of power struggles. So it is why, even from when they are toddlers, you think they are not hearing you, they don't understand you. Nah, don't take that. Keep talking to them. Set your boundaries. You are not yelling, you are not smacking. Just set your boundaries and keep redirecting them. Keep teaching them how to act. And I tell you, they are going to get there. So the second thing I mentioned was that, okay, they don't easily warm up. I've talked about that. Your environment, the place also. You talk to the, for example, school now. Because a lot of children, toddlers, when they take them to school, it is all drama for them. Parents have these issues. You see, parents start wondering, okay, should I leave my toddler in school? Should I go and bring my toddler at home? Now, the child in my church can be likened to a child, the parents just dropping off at a school for the first, second, third time. Now, remember, I said some children, they don't easily warm up. For that, what you can do is you can prepare your child towards that transitioning. Prepare them. Let them know, okay, you are going to this place. It is something you have to do. It is a part of life. You are going to start school. You are going to school today. I am going to work to earn money, to make money. You are going to school. So what will happen is, I'm coming back to pick you. I have packed food for you. I have packed snack for you. The person taking care of you, your minder, your caregiver, your auntie, they are nice people. They will take good care of you. Just be there. You keep assuring your child. And then you tell your child, I'm coming back. I'll come back when I close to pick you. And you come back. And when you come back, make sure you reconnect with your child. You are happy to see them, and you talk to those people to also be gentle and kind to your child to help them stay better. That is the first battle we have. Tantrums, emotional outbursts, especially when you have to leave our children. You see them all being so dramatic. The next one is power struggles over, clothes to wear, food to eat, bedtime. I have seen this a lot, and I've seen parents say, when they leave their children to feed themselves, children don't eat well, so they become skinny. So for that reason, they feed their children. And and the truth of the matter is, it is from these small little things that we are beginning to build their independence mindset. We are building their self-responsibility mindset. We are building them to take care of themselves. See, It is at their formative ages that we actually catch them young. We lay the foundation. We don't need to wait. It is not like giving big chores. It's just about instilling a sense of sense in them. So we don't wait for them to be big, to be preteens, to be teenagers before we start wanting for them to be responsible. You know, there's something I always ask when I have the opportunity to. I hear things like, oh, some people are born leaders, you know, and the choleric, because they are determined, because they are forceful, because they are go-getter. We always say, oh, they are born leaders. Good and fine. Leadership means responsibility. Okay. If you want to look at leadership, you realize that for very many people, it is not like they're actually born leaders, you know. It is because from when they were small, little, they've had leadership opportunities, leadership responsibilities. That way, it just grows naturally with them. It becomes almost a second nature that when they grow older, people just say, oh, they are born leaders. Because from when they were little, they have not had to take care of themselves. They have not had to take care of things around them. They have not had to take initiative. They have not had to be independent from when they were little. That when they become grown, it is no longer strange. It's not alien to them. So when they are in a certain setting, you will just see that thing, that leadership thing comes out naturally. Let me give you a particular example. In the church, my daughter, she's 11, she's in this church of 8 to 11-year-old class, you know. I remember one time I teach the teenagers now. I started teaching the class, my daughter's class, before I went up to the teenagers class. I remember one time the teenage teacher was saying that, was comparing that class to the teenage class. That if you go to that class, you will see the children, they just arrange chairs on their own. You don't need to tell them. And I tell you for a fact, my daughter was the one that started that thing. Whenever she gets to the church, the chairs are stacked. Even when the chairs are not stacked, the chairs are scattered. So she goes there, she begins to arrange. And that was how some of our friends saw it. When I was there, I also encouraged them to do that. When I encouraged them, they were doing it, okay, not consistently. So, but when I left there, I always told my daughter, you know, you are going to church, that is it. So when she got to church, she would just start doing it, you know. So the teacher was now comparing her class with the other class. He was saying that those children, they can lead themselves. They don't need to be taught. They don't need to be told what to do. But you teenagers, you always wait to be taught or to be told what to do. Even when you are told, you don't take initiative. The truth of the matter is, those children, they were taught. Now imagine if they are not just taught to come to church and arrange their chairs, if they have other opportunities, they keep doing things like that. At the end of the day, someone will say, oh, these children are born leaders, or this daughter of mine is a born leader. The person will not realize that it is actually teaching at the foundational level that actually bettered that leadership skills you are seeing. So with children, we start small. When they are little, we begin to teach them. Feed by yourself, wear your own clothes, choose your own clothes, and all of that. They are actually ways we empower them to lead themselves, to think for themselves, to be independent, to take initiative. Now let's go to why we always have these issues with our children when it comes to bedtime, food choice, and all of that. Now, for very many parents, we have a certain mindset that, oh, these children, we just have the certain mindset. Maybe when it comes to food, they don't have contentment. They are not contented. That is why they're not eating the food I want them to eat. And I always say to parents that it is way beyond contentment. You know, for you as an adult, there are food you don't like to eat. Me as an adult, there are food I do not like to eat. You know, so it's way more than contentment. As popular as amala and begiri and ewedu is, as popular as it is, as much as my husband loves it, I am not able to love it. I am not. So if I go to a place, maybe I see I'm presented with amala and all the plenty things inside, and I'm presented with and I see someone else eating an alternative, and I just say, oh, I would have loved to eat that one that other person is eating. The next thing I'll hear, I'm not contented. It's not really because I don't have contentment. It's actually because I'm not giving to that particular food. So for your children, it may be the same thing. Now let's talk about feeding children. I've heard parents say things like, oh, my kids, they still don't, I have to feed them to eat. Like I said, leaving your children to eat is one way they build certain skills. I know you will say, oh, when they get to teenager, or when they become teenager, when they become preteens, they'll build those skills. Why wait when you can start now? And someone will say, it's only by allowing them to eat, they build those skills. The truth of the matter is, if you are a parent that don't allow your toddler to feed himself or herself, there is every likelihood that you will not allow that toddler to be independent. There's every likelihood that you will still want your toddler to wear certain clothes. There's every likelihood that you will always limit your toddler. So it starts from one thing. It's the way you do one thing that you do almost everything. We know that. So if you have, oh, good afternoon, ma'am. So if you have a toddler that doesn't like to feed himself, you want to understand why. One of the reasons could be because they know that you will always feed them. So what do you want to do? You need to create time. You need to structure your plans, your days, your activities. Create a workable structure. You need your toddler to sit down. You are eating your toddler is eating. You sit together. They eat. I've seen people, they take food like fufu eba. You cut it small. You put it there. When my kids were much younger, my son, now 13 years old, he didn't like to eat. What did I used to do? I would take food. Then I used to work. I had a 9 to 5 job. So I was to make sure when I come back, I put his food. I take his eba fufu. Maybe that's why his fufu or eba is his favorite food now. Give him food. He will tell you fufu and egusi soup. Then what's the other one? Eba and okra soup. That's how he combines his own food. So I will take that food. I'll mold it into tiny creatures because he loves animals. Absolutely loves animals. So what I will do, I will take that fufu or eba. I will just make it, can be any animal. He used to love dinosaurs a lot. So I'll just make it into an imaginary dinosaur. I'll tell him this is a dinosaur. Okay, eat his tail, eat the head, eat. That was it. And because he likes animals, he also likes to draw. He likes all those kind of sculpting and all of that. It was easy for me to use that to make him feed himself. So most of the time, he actually fed himself, not me going to sit down. And as long as I present the food like that, plate it in a way, he will finish it. So I didn't always need to sit him down to feed him because I cracked his code. So you want to look at a way you can actually present your food to your child. If you have other siblings, they can sit down together and eat their food. Just look for a way. You don't always have to feed. Someone said until the child is like 7-8 years, she keeps feeding the child. I don't know about that. But I know that my daughter, she's 11. Sometimes I say feed her, not like I feed her because she doesn't like to eat swallow. Anything swallow, she'll give you the history of Nigeria. Anything when it comes to swallow. In fact, she once said when she becomes the president of Nigeria, she's going to ban swallow. Like when we say swallow, we mean like eba, semo, pounded yam, fufu, and all that family. Those food, said she was going to ban it, So what I do, maybe sometimes I have a new soup. Like yesterday, I will say, okay, come and taste it. She'll say, mommy, no. So you just taste it a little, put it in your mouth. When she tastes, it's not very bad. Maybe I can just manage to eat 5 times, 6 times, and that's how she will sit with us. We have a small conversation around our food, and she'll finish her portion. So like that. But say, for when my kids were much younger, Another thing that happens is when it comes to food, is some children, they don't like certain food. Like we see it on Facebook all of the time. We see children, even missed children. We see them. They are not eating the normal series their parents are giving them. They want to eat swallow. You have not cracked the code. You need to understand, as long as it is healthy, as long as it will digest, it is not too much for your child. You need to understand what your child likes I see it a lot on Facebook, young children from 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, their parents are already giving them EBA, light one. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I didn't know these things when my kids were younger. I probably would have started because, yes, I know that I had to do a lot of series. I had to change from one series to another. At some point, I had to make pap myself. I didn't know that I could even try those things on them. Probably I would have started earlier. You know, we need to know these things. It is when we don't have this knowledge, we don't know these things, we just are having issues with our children. Now let's go to clothes that we have to wear. Another battle with children is clothes. I've heard parents say, oh, my daughter, you said we should let them pick their clothes they want to wear from their small age, but she wants to wear this particular cloth to church every Sunday. Fine, you have the yam, you have the knife. What do? I said, like what I did to my kids when they were much younger. I telling my daughter, some clothes, when she wears them, we put them away. I go and put them away because I know that this is not the only cloth you have now, and why are you wearing it? So I go and put it away. Even till now, she wears some clothes over and over again. I care less, you know, because we always feel, people will think these are the only clothes you have. People will think you are from, maybe your parents are broke or they don't care for you. That is one of the mindsets we have, that we begin to have unnecessary battles with them. My baby gets started with swallow from 6 months, and it's quite, can you imagine? Imagine. I'm sure if maybe you had not tried swallow, she probably would have been forcing her to keep taking series, and she will not enjoy it. Then you start having troubles, issues. You'll be forcing it on her, she will not want. You'll be forcing it on her, she will not want. I don't remember how I was when I was a toddler. I know that someone like me, I may not have liked things like yam, plantain, stressful food, because even till now, eating yam is just like so that I'm flexible, because I see yam as stress. I won't prefer plantain to yam. See it as stress. So imagine if you have a child who also sees certain food as not what they want. The next thing you want to force them to eat it. No. Like I told you, I want my children to be flexible. I want them to be adaptable. I don't want them to go to places and they will not be able to cope because they are selective or something. It is why I encourage my daughter to eat. It is why even my 8-year-old, there was a time my daughter was trying to, which word do I use now? My daughter was trying to, when they say win him to her camp, So he copies. I think in the last class, when we were talking about connection, I said one thing, that children, for every child, when I talked about children, siblings mentorship, I said children are likely going to look forward to one child. It doesn't have to be the first child all the time. The child they feel more fun, more that gets more results, kind of, they are likely going to tilt towards learning from that child, even with that child wanting to teach them. So my 8-year-old son is more, he learns a lot from his elder brother. Like his elder brother loves to draw, he too now loves to draw. He copies his elder brother. But for my daughter, he seems to, I would tell him that the Pearl's good character, you are not learning it. Is the annoying thing she does that you are going to learn, So there was a time he too did not want to eat swallow for my older ones, as they wanted to eat, but forcing them down series. That's what we are talking about. Pap wasn't sure if they could eat food. That is what we are talking about. Now, because you were forcing them with series and all of that, you did not even know how much they would have been able to receive other food, and they would just conclude that, oh, my child doesn't like to eat and all of that. Anyways, I'm glad we are learning some things, and we are relearning some things. Someone said my baby likes beans and swallow. He wants to eat by himself. Thank you, because he enjoys that food. He will eat and you tell him to stop. My 8-year-old enjoys beans. Every day at home, we see one of the battles we have is he wants to take beans to school. The siblings don't want to take beans to school. He wants to take beans to school because he absolutely enjoys beans. For his siblings, we eat beans too much. For him, we don't eat beans enough. That is it. So you need to understand what your child, the food they like, and you are going to help them. You are going to use that food to make them to fix your battle when it comes to food and eating. Let's go to clothes again. I was saying that sometimes it's like we don't want our children to look somehow in church. As long as those clothes, they are okay, they are well put together. You are the parent, you go through your child's wardrobe, pick out all the clothes you know they are no longer good, put them away. One thing you do is segment their wardrobe. These are clothes for church, these are clothes for house playing. Even from toddlers, you can create simple rules. You don't wear one cloth within 4 weeks. You wear one, you let them know. You can set a chart. If it's a major problem, create a chart. I wore this blue dress. You put a blue dress, you mark it, tick it. So you tell them, count 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th time you can wear it again. You can't wear it before the 5th time. Those are little things you can do to reduce the battle over what I wear. It happens in church. And another thing that happens, parents don't realize, the same way you are not comfortable with certain clothes, the same way your kids are not comfortable with certain clothes. My daughter, for example, she prefers to just slide into her trousers and a t-shirt and she's good to go. She prefers to just wear her skirt and a shirt and she's good to go. She prefers that to wearing ball dresses. And me, I have that princess in my head, ball dresses, beautiful and all of that. I have it in my head. But that is not who she is. That is not what she wants. So I just thought that, okay, fine, save me my money. I mean, do you know how much they sell ball dresses? I will spend all that thousands of naira buying ball dresses, and she'll only wear it once, maybe for the function. Maybe after I've told her, I spent money, you were the one that chose this dress, why did you make me spend? She'll just manage to wear it, and at the end of the day, she'll not want to wear it. Save me my money. She's healthy, she's looking good, she fits well, she takes her academics seriously, she takes God seriously, she takes her moral life seriously. Then what else? So you see me say, oh, your daughter is wearing one cloth 2, 3 times. I'm not parenting for you. I'm not raising my kids for you. If that is what they want to wear, good and fine. Save you the stress. Children that even grow, they grow like, should I say they grow like grass? So it won't sense you. Buy fewer dresses for them or fewer clothes for them. When they outgrow it, you buy another one for them. That is even better than buying a wardrobe full of clothes and you start forcing them to wear it. Because I've heard parents say, I spent money. I even saw it on Facebook one time. The parent was telling the child, you know how much I spent on this dress? I think she said 30,000 naira on this dress, and you don't want to wear it. You must wear it. The daughter was crying, was trying to explain. Mom said, you must wear it. I spent 30,000 naira to make this dress. My money will waste. What do I not do with the money? You must wear it. She did not ask you to spend 30,000 naira. Children don't even know the value. They don't know the monetary value of things. Toddlers, they have no idea at all. They have no idea. I remember back when I was in Lagos, there was one uncompleted building near us, and there was one man, his wife, and his 3 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls and a girl, and two girls and a boy that were living in the uncompleted building. The children were one of the happiest children on the streets. The house was uncompleted. Every day I used to wonder, how did these people ever live here? I remember when they had issues with Bado. Bado in Lagos. It was trending one time, and there was one time they said someone came to my neighborhood. There was a church in my neighborhood, and people were sleeping in the church. A woman and her family was sleeping in the church, something like that. They came. Some guys came and took the woman's life, a lot of things. That period I was so afraid for the man and his children. Every single day I would be like, God, but the children, they were the happiest ever. They were living in a completed building. One of the things I used to do then is, because the man has 2 daughters, they are the one that are they are the older ones. Then the boy was this very small boy, toddlers are then. The daughter would be maybe about 8, 9, 10 years now. So what I used to do then, I will pack my children's clothes that they are done wearing. I'll just put inside the bag. Now, because my road was on a major a street, not like a major street, but you know what I mean, I'll just put the things inside the bag, sometimes inside an old basket. I'll put them outside. Every time I put them outside, I will come back, I'll not find them. I don't even bother. I put shoes, I put clothes, accessories, I just put them there. My kids' own, because I had no I did, because in Lagos then I really had nobody to give them to, so I would just put them there. And it was one day, because I would leave in the morning, I come back. It was one day I saw the children, I think during the holiday or something like that, I was on leave too. I saw the children, they were always dressed in my daughter's clothes, jumping, happy. I remember one was it Sunday or Friday? I think they are Muslims. They were going out, and the daughter was so bouncing. She was wearing one shoe that my daughter did not even like. You know, she was looking at the shoe up and down. She was just jumping high, jumping high. I was telling myself, when the woman saw me, the woman smiled like and greeted me very well. It was the woman's smile that was even made me to like look at her. It's like, this woman, as in, because the husband greets, but the woman is very quiet. You know, I don't know if she's quiet. That's just how she just goes her own. And I looked at this woman like greeting me like this, smiling, all her 32 feet. What is the matter? That was when I looked at them. I saw the daughter say, "Oh, really?" They were so happy. Even the son. Sometimes then, I think it was after then I started putting my son's own clothes too. The son will wear them, they'll be jumping. They had no idea. Nothing concerned them. Concerned my neighbor once wore this clothes. Nothing concerned them. Concerned this clothes. My mom picked them from the bag outside somebody's gate. Nothing concerned them. Concerned those kind of things. So children don't understand basic things until they begin to grow, and we begin to program them before they understand some of these things. So stop the fights. Every time battle over clothes, you want your children to dress in certain ways. Really, I even see some children in church and I literally cringe. Are you kidding me? You know, it's not always, it is not just about, okay, I change how I prepare beans to something more enticing. Now they ask for beans even when I don't have the plan. Fantastic, because you have cracked the code. You give it to them, they will enjoy it. You know, it is why we say in parenting, you must create time. You must create time. If you do not have time, the truth of the matter is you are going to rush a lot of things. You are going to be under pressure. Your children are going to be under pressure. You need time to understand your children. You need time to be able to even be patient with them. Because sometimes we don't understand them. Sometimes we are not patient with them. It is why we just assume, oh, my kids, they don't like to feed themselves. You've not understood, okay, the kind of food they like, how they like the food. It may actually be the food you prepare all the time, but they just want a little twist. Let me give you another example. My daughter, for example, if I tell her to prepare stew, not if I tell her she prepares stew, my son prepares stew, even my 8-year-old just prepares stew for the first time yesterday. She prepares just a small portion of stew for spaghetti this one, and it was so good that he has not stopped talking about it. Okay, so my daughter, when she wants to prepare stew, she uses palm oil, while my older son uses vegetable oil. So my older son is always like, Pearl, please use vegetable oil now. I don't like palm oil. Palm oil smells in the mouth. Palm oil tastes somehow. My daughter will say, I don't like vegetable oil. I like palm oil. Do you get the picture? Now imagine if you have a child, okay, they prefer palm oil. They would like palm oil more. You use vegetable oil. So they are just going to eat it. But when you now use that palm oil, they actually enjoy. They are going to pour their heart all out to eat it. But you may not understand this thing if you don't even have the time to even say, okay, let me try this today. You don't have that time. Or if you are just fixed-minded, because this conversation came up in our free group the other time, and I was asking the parents, I wanted to start giving a lecture on it. I just realized that I didn't have enough time to sit back and explain. I would not have enough time to sit and explain, which will make the purpose defeated, you know. So I didn't have that time, so I just let it stand. Okay, anytime we have a class on it, I will just talk about it how we can. So it's possible your child, the fact that you are feeding your child is accepting it, does not mean they really like it or enjoy it. They will just accept it for a lot of reasons. Maybe it's mommy that is giving me. They will accept it. Oh, I'm really hungry. Oh, I can eat more. But when it's something they actually enjoy on their own, they're the ones that will tell you, mommy, don't feed me. Mommy, don't feed me. How many times did you feed your child biscuits? How many times do you buy a fixie drink and you are feeding them? For very many children that like to drink beverage or milk, how many times do you feed them? They want to do all that by themselves. You know, it is when you need to sit down and feed them, it's something that may be that, okay, maybe your child doesn't really like this food much. while you are teaching them to be adaptable, you also want to teach them to be independent. Okay, so I change how I prepare beans sometime. Okay, we're the one that said it. Plan sometimes, yes, because you have changed how you prepare it. Thank you, ma, for sharing that. So I've talked about clothes. So what you can do with these clothes struggles, food struggle, we've talked about food struggle enough. Clothes struggle is you segment your wardrobe. You tell your child, you are going to, like I tell my children, you are going to visit God. God is the king. You are not going to go and visit God shabbily. You have to be in your best of state to go and visit God. I remember growing up, my grandma back then, she used to have 10 naira notes in her Bible, clean one. If you give my grandma clean money, that money goes into her Bible. 10 naira note. Back then, when I grew up with her, when I was still a toddler, she'll keep that 10 naira note in the morning. Even when she passed, I think I was one that collected the 10 naira notes in her Bible when she passed. I'll tell grandma, she'll say, no, it's the best of money you give to God. I remember then, even now I understand it, I will laugh about it. I will say, Ashebi is not God that is collecting it, and they'll take it to the bank. So you can give them any money as long as you are giving from your heart, you can give God any money. Now I understand it. But even then, now I still that programming is still in my head, that when I want to give my children money or anything we are doing when it comes to church, I just want to make sure that, okay, you are presentable. I just have the mindset that you are going to visit a king. You are going to the presence of a king. So you are not going to church because you want to be fashion, you want to go and you want to be fashionable, or you want to do fashion competition or anything. That is not why you are going to church. That is not why you are dressing fine. You are dressing fine because you are going to the presence of a king. And when you get there, you have to look all good. You have to look all proper and appropriate and modest in all you can be. That is how you present yourself to a king. You cannot be going to see the president of Nigeria, like I tell my teenagers, you cannot be going to see the president of Nigeria. We are wearing this show. They will look as highly responsible. I saw an actress one time going to, I think, was it passport, immigration office, something like that. I don't know where she said she went to. She was wearing a camisole gown, like a spaghetti gown. And she said she got there. She was literally embarrassed. Like, why? And it was well covered. She's an actress that dresses, what's her name again? I don't remember her name. She's an actress that dresses. She's very modest in her dressing. She covers. So I was even surprised that she wore spaghetti gown on that day, because I have never seen her cleavage, then I've ever seen her dressing scantily. And she got there and she was told, this is not, you are coming to an official environment, this is not a proper dress to wear, so that is it. So I teach my children that. So after I haven't taught them that you are going to before a king, you should be presentable, you should qualify your dressing to dine and wine with a king. You segment their wardrobe. These are clothes for church, these are clothes for parties, these are clothes for house, these are clothes for school, these are clothes for, I met a woman one day, she told me that, when I'm going to pick my children from school, these are I have my clothes I wear. I'm at home, I'm doing certain things, I have clothes I wear. I'm going to step out to pick my children from school, I change into clothes that are more are better are good to look at, and not really my house clothes. So you just help your children, you tell them why, you teach them basic why. That will minimize the struggle. Even from small, it will minimize the struggle. So when they have a particular cloth, they want to wear it over and over again, there is no wahala. When they want it, fold it, put it away. When they want to wear, they don't find it, what do? They don't find it, they'll wear alternative. Now before then, you want to actually understand why don't they like certain clothes. Like my daughter, she always says that, like if she wears t-shirt, t-shirts are usually very soft. So, but all those ball dresses, sometimes the way they sew them, the thread will touch her body, she's not comfortable with that. They will just be flowing, she's not comfortable with that, and she cannot be as free as she wants to be. She is someone who likes to be free. She's someone who has a lot of energy, feminine energy, and she likes to be free. So those kind of ball dresses, they make her kind of cage her, and she doesn't like it. I won't be surprised too that she doesn't also love to wear heels, because sometimes she wants to wear heels. Sometimes she says after wearing it, she says, I don't feel like wearing it today, I'll wear it tomorrow. She has a lot of heels in her room. I think I'm going to give them out now. Saying this now, I just realized why some of her heels that she has, that she chose by herself, she likes them. When she sees them, she hardly ever wears them, because she's just someone who loves to be free. You want to understand that in your child. Remember, you have a duty to help your child grow into their authentic self. You have your children grow into their authentic selves. Now, when you keep forcing them all of the time, you are not helping them grow into their authentic selves. That is the simple truth. It starts from how you forcing them to wear what they don't want to wear, because they are wearing things because they are comfortable in it. Sometimes they wear things because of the colors. So you help them grow into their authentic selves, and you start by explaining to them. I've explained that already. I've explained eating different food also. I've explained food. I've explained clothes. Now let's talk about screen time. Okay, before we go into screen time, let's talk about bedtime. Now remember, we are in the month of winning parenting battles. So today we are sharing battles with toddlers and how we can win them. If you have any battle I have not shared here, please mention it, and we are going to talk about it quickly. And then even if after the class you are catching the replay, put it in the comment section. I'll come back and I'll respond to it. We have a conference coming up from the 24th of this month. It is Winning Parenting Battles. We are having parents, not just coaches. We have some coaches, we have some school owners, we have parents based abroad, parents in Nigeria. We just want to cover as many as we can cover when it comes to parenting battles. We have parents who relocated abroad with their pre-teenagers, and how their teenagers were able to transition without getting lost. I've had parents who moved abroad, and as soon as they got abroad, the preteens, they realized that, okay, no flogging, no yelling, I can use this against my parents. They are using it against their parents. But this particular parent was able to crack the code. I've had her kids in the self-led mentorship class, and so that was why I said, okay, ma'am, you come and teach parents who wants to jump out with their preteens, how you were able to crack the code, how you were able to make sure that your children are still on the same page with you, despite the fact that you took them away from here when they were already preteens. We have that. We also have issue. We also have parents. We have a parent who actually was a very rebellious child. At some point, he was expelled. He was expelled, in school, expelled from school because of his behaviors. We have that parent coming to tell us what could have happened. We also have a parent who got pregnant while still in her father's house. She was in marriage. She was in the university. She was planning to get into the university, and the next day she got pregnant. What happened? We have parents in this Gen Z era. She has been able to raise 3 soldiers for Christ, mindful boys for Christ in this Gen Z era when everybody is crazy. How did she do it? So we have 10 speakers, 9 speakers, and now the 10th one. We have another speaker who is not a Nigerian. We always believe that, Oyibos, they spoil their children. They don't flog, they flog and all of that. She's coming to explain to us what they actually do wrong or right there. What makes the difference away from flogging? Teach us what we need to do. No. So the conference promises to be very transformational. I've had parents also, I've had school owners tell me things like, my parents, they don't come for PTA. My parents don't come for when I call them. So how do I bring them on the same page? I even want to invite a parenting coach. They will not be available. Now we have a school owner. I worked with the school owner when I was in Lagos, whose parents respond. She only needs to say, I need you in school, even without being informed. The parents are on their toes to attend whatever the school is holding. How is she able to get her parents to be on the same page with her? We have that parent that will be speaking. We have parents whose children are in a very porous environment, like Moses in the palace, yet was he sold out to his people. Yet these children are in a very porous environment, yet they are still holding on tight to morals and values that their parents are teaching them. How is she doing this? I said we have coaches, we have parents just like you and I, we have school owners, we have parents living abroad. It is going to be a transformational conference. A conference is about cracking the code, your parenting battles, cracking the code. It is what it's about. It's from 21st to 29th. So what you want to do is you want to ask for the details. It's absolutely free. You are not paying a single dime, and it is this channel that we are going to be holding the conference. So what you want to do, you want to share. If you know any parent that the child is rebellious, you know any parent that the child is, just share the information. Any parent that have teenagers, you are looking at them like, these girls, share. Let people know that there is something that is going to happen here so that they can be part of it. Okay, so the next thing I was talking about was bedtime routine. Another struggle many parents have. Their children don't go to bed when they are supposed to go to bed. There are so many reasons why children don't go to bed when they are supposed to go to bed. For example, if the toddlers, had a nap during the day, it's normal. They have slept part of their sleep during the day. In the night now, it's difficult for them to go to bed. They don't want to go to bed. That is an issue. So in that case, you may want to reduce their nap, wake them up, because if you don't wake them up, they will not go to bed. So wake them up. Just let them sleep a little. They are well rested, you wake them up. Even if they are crying, just wake them up, just pet them, just explain to them, distract them from sleep, so that engage them with high energy activity, so that they will not readily go to sleep. That is one thing. Another thing is your routine is not consistent. If you do not have a consistent routine, your child will not know when to sleep. No. This, as a parent, you must have a consistent routine. I say to parents that what you need to do is just to calculate how many hours is your child supposed to sleep a day. If you're supposed to sleep for 9 hours a day, then you calculate it. When is your child going to wake up? If your child is supposed to wake up 6 a.m. because they need to go to school, 6 a.m. calculate 6 a.m., 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 12, 1, 12, and what is it called? 10, 11, 10, 9, or something like that. Do your calculation. After doing your calculation, you let them go to bed at that time. You encourage them. You sit them down and you teach them why. Why do you need to go to bed at this time of the day? It is because so that you can have your complete hours of sleep for your health, for your physical growth, for your mental growth. You need to have that complete hour of sleep. You encourage them. Some children don't fall asleep because of maybe the lights. There is light, there is noise. So you find out how your child sleeps best. If your child is someone that is high on energy, you want to give them a lot of space to play, to jump around, not indoor. It can be outdoor. Leave them with a lot of activities, football, basketball. Just create a small space outside. Let them do all the running. By the time they do all the running, they are tired. When we are tired, we feel sleepy. When they are tired, then they eat. You feed them very well. They are tired, they are heavy. Then you want to understand what makes them feel, what helps them sleep better. Is it warm water bathing or cold water bathing? If it's warm water bathing, good and fine. Bathe them with warm water. Let them go and sleep. If it's cold water, then bathe them with cold water. Then you want to understand, do they sleep better? Kind of clothes. Does their, pajamas help them sleep better? Do they sleep with heavy clothes, light clothes? They want to be covered? Know these things. Then do they need music to sleep? Do they need bedtime stories to sleep? Know these things. These things will help them. One thing you should realize is that every child doesn't sleep. We all have a sleep pattern. When we did Understanding Your Child Challenge, I mentioned this. Some children are early. They sleep. They go to bed early. Some are naturally night owls, night crawlers, naturally. But even if they are night owls, they still need to sleep. For example, I am a night owl, but I realize that I still need to wake up on time, because in the Visionary Parents Academy, I need to wake up on time. I need to start 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. every single day. I need to leave a message that early in the group. So because of that, I need to have my good sleep. And I just read a book, I think Miracle Money, that said you feeling that you are not well rested because you didn't have enough sleep. It's a matter of mindset. Because each time I don't have enough sleep, I wake up tired. And the book told me that it's my mindset that is making me tired when I don't have it, when I feel I don't have enough sleep. If I feel like I just had 5 hours or 6 and 5 or 4 hours sleep, I feel tired is my mindset. If I begin to rewire my mind and tell myself that I feel healthy, no matter the number of hours I sleep, 2 hours I feel healthy, I will actually feel healthy. I will feel well rested, no matter, even if it's 30 minutes or 1 hour I sleep at night. Okay, I'm going to commit to that. I'm going to try that. So you want to understand what are the things that will help your child sleep better, because even adults, we have things that help us sleep better. I realize if I don't sleep very well the previous day, the following day I'm off. I doze off like that. What are the things that will help your child sleep better? I've talked about, like my kids, for example. My 2 older kids, my son is a night owl, is a night crawler. He doesn't sleep on time. No matter the magic you do, put storybook, give him books to read, give him books to read, play music for him. He doesn't sleep on time. But my daughter, once there is music playing, she has a book. If I just give him a book to read, she gets a book and the music playing, before you know what is happening, she's sleeping. Except maybe she is sure that she's not going anywhere tomorrow. She will just by herself fight that sleep. She does that a lot of the time. She's been like, like I heard her saying that on Friday is holiday. She has told herself she's not going to sleep until past 10. She has a book she wants to read. So she's not going to finish reading that book until past 10. So in that case, because she has programmed her mind from yesterday after school, she was saying it, because she has programmed her mind, she may not sleep on time. But apart from that, so if I now come and tell her that you are going to school, you need to sleep on time, that will now have her rethink, and she will now just go. Once the music is on, music is on, she has a book, she sleeps off. Find that about your child too. Another thing, the only thing that helps my older son to sleep a little earlier is when we have affirmation. I used to have this family values broken down into practical steps and affirmation and all of that, Bible passages. I used to have it recorded. I did the voice recording myself. I don't know how it left my phone, and I can't find it in my laptop. It's over a year now, since when we're in Lagos, over 2 years. It is why I still don't have it. I think I saved it on my YouTube channel. Maybe I'll go and look for it and download it. So I had that voice recorded. That was about the only thing, that used to make him sleep a little earlier than before. You can try that. Affirmation or proper behaviors. Just do like short phrases or something. See that while they are sleeping, they are listening to it, and it helps them sleep. Find out what can make them sleep. Like I said, if they sleep in the afternoon, they may not be able to sleep in the night. So you reduce their nap. And if they are tired, if they have played, they'll be able to sleep. So you make them play during the day as much as they can. Then if they are heavy with food, so in the evening they eat food that makes them heavy, they're able to sleep. Then if they are bathing also, if the place is just cool, if they sleep when they bathe with warm water or cold water, you need to understand that and help them do that. Then light on, light off, which works better for them. Read a book, listen to a story, which works better for them. You may not be physically available to read to them. Maybe you are busy and all of that. The parent has told me before that once I grab a book to read to my children, me to have slept off. You can just put an audio recording, just put it near them. You can record your voice. Just get a story, read it, 30 minutes when you are less busy. Just read it, and you just go there. You play. Put it on auto play. They listen to it, and then they fall asleep. Create a routine. Make sure you have a specific time. Now, before they go to bed, have time. Have routine, have activities before they go to bed. You go to bed, you come back from school, you do XYZ, you do your play, you do your homework, you do your chores, you eat your food, you plan for tomorrow, you pray, or you read the Boss of It magazine, you learn your lessons, or you do maybe a Bible study, you learn your lessons, and after that, you go to bed. And make sure before they go to bed, no screen time. In fact, 1 hour before bedtime, no screen time. Whether your television, whether your phone, no screen time. It is the truth. Even me as an adult, when I'm exposed to the screen all day, I realize that I struggle to sleep at night. So when children are exposed to screen for too long, they struggle to sleep at night. So yes, I've shared about sleeping routine or sleep routine. I hope that helps. Let's go to the next one. Screen and gadget time. Struggle with screen and gadget. I'm not even going to dwell on that for too much. Everybody knows that our children, toddlers, are not supposed to be exposed to screen and gadgets. Not even too much, not even at all, let alone too much. So people say, oh, that is the only way I keep my children engaged. I hear that a lot. That is not the only way you keep your children engaged. When I was growing up, we didn't have screen, we didn't have phone. In fact, I was already in the uni. Okay, I think I was about entering the uni when the first phone came to Nigeria. When my dad got a phone, then it was Nokia 3310. As then it was 40-something thousand, I think 42 or 48,000, I don't know. My dad got it. That was he was about it. Maybe he was even one of the first people that got it, because he was a civil servant director. One of the first people that got that phone in Lagos back then. Then it was Enimien, Econet. It was Econet, So that was at 310. That's a minute call. Well, it used to be 15 naira or thereabouts. You call someone for a minute, it was 15 naira, be 40-something naira. We didn't have phone when we were growing up. We didn't have television. Yet, we were able to cope. Our parents coped anyway. So it is not only phone. Your child has to, you have programmed your child that without phone, they will not be able to, be okay. They will not be okay. They will not be able to cope. That is why it seems so. Your child doesn't need phone. There are 1,000,001 things your children can do. My children have a phone. They don't touch it. We only touch the phones. Apart from they have assignments to do, they want to do research. When they have assignment, like yesterday, okay, my son told me that the teacher came to their class to teach them, I think, something about an angle. So because the class was rowdy, the class was making noise. He told them that he wasn't going to verbalize his teaching. He was just going to teach as if he was dumb, and he went on to teach them. So after that, they copied the notes, and so he wanted to learn for himself. So that was why he collected the phone and did his own research to learn that. It's only on Friday they use phone. After school on Friday they use phone. Saturday they use phone. On Sunday they use phone. Sunday can be movie, it can be game. Saturday is always research. And Friday, no phone on Friday. Friday is revision. Revise all what you did in school all through the week. That's Friday. Saturday they use phone to do research, documentary research. On Saturday they use phone to do movie or to play games. On Sunday rather, that is it. I have an 8-year-old. Whenever he comes to me, even before he was 8-year-old, we got a phone for them last year, meaning they did not have phone. Sometime ago during that COVID lockdown, we got tablets for all of them for the COVID lockdown. Even shortly before the COVID, after the thing finished, before they resumed school, the tablet has packed up. We got them from Conga. The whole thing has packed up. I even had to return it. I was going back and forth. I couldn't just continue with the back and forth going too. So the tablet never served its purpose at the end of the day, So they have never had the phone to use, and they are okay. When my 8-year-old comes to me, Mommy, I'm bored, I'll tell him, okay, you are bored. It means only one thing. It means you are not thinking right now. You are not putting your brain to use. If you are bored, it simply means that your body wants something. So what do? You get it. You put your brain to use. You can draw. You can write a story. You'll be writing since I gave birth to you. If I go downstairs to my living room, you will see my coffee table there. They are arranging puzzle, 1,000-piece puzzle. They will arrange it. After a while, they will scatter it and dump it somewhere. They'll go back and bring it. They're arranging it is there. Those tables that have 2 layers, one top, one down, they pack the puzzles under. They take it from there. They are arranging it up. It's there. So there are 1,000,001 things they can do. They recycle. If I flip my camera, you will see a lot of junk in this family lounge. A lot of things, bottled drink, anything they drink, they just put it down. They have a lot, so your kids have a lot to do. And one thing I used to do in Lagos that helped me a great deal was I had a printer. I don't have a printer here now. I had a printer. So every now and then I'm printing materials, comprehension passages, whatever they learned in school. I'll just Google it. I'll get the same similar questions. I'll print it. They always had worksheets to work. So from morning till night, they had worksheet to work. Well, even during the holidays, so there was no pressure reading or issue with you are not studying, because they always had worksheet that they work on. So screen time is up to you. That is up to you. You are the one that is giving your child unlimited access to your screen. So it's not a battle. You choose it to be a battle. It is why it is a battle. People will say, if I take my screen away from my child, he will cry. Of course he will cry. He will cry because he wants to test you. He will cry because he wants to know if you are serious. He will cry because he wants to know if you will give in. So it's up to you to say, no, I'm not giving in. I'm serious. Okay. I also have talked about separation anxiety already. I've talked about bedtime, not listening and ignoring. Not listening and ignoring. I think this is the last one, because we're almost 1 hour here. So we need to wrap up and go. Remember, our conference is coming up. Oh, winning the parenting battles is coming up. Get ready. Last week of June conference, it is going to be a super packed transformational. You are going to learn, unlearn, and relearn. You are going to see the mistake these people's parents made, or the mistake they have made one time in their parenting, and how they got better, how they cracked it. Or the ones that never made mistakes, they are going to show you the structure, the system, what they put in place, the strategy, because parenting is about strategy. Everything. Okay, should I say I just realized? Not really just realized. No, recently I was doing a lot of thinking. I realized that every single success you want to achieve in life is strategic. I was telling my children, okay, I also shared it in the Visionary Parents Academy in our voice notes class. I said, life is about strategy. What is that thing that you want your child to learn, or you want your child to unlearn? Or what is that growth you want for yourself? It is about strategy. It's not just about desiring it. No, it's about strategy. You are going to say, okay, this is what you want. And you are also going to be very, very strategic about it. So the conference is about people sharing their strategies with you. Your child is in a porous environment, for the love of Christ. I also want to learn. I tell you, because we moved there, and it's school my kids are, every single time they come and they are saying one thing or the other, and I remind them every day that, see, Moses was in the palace, in palace, but he was not. He was in there, he was not of them. And he was still able to locate where he was of, and he followed that path. You are here now, so you are not of them. You are in among them, but you are not of them. You are also going to locate your path. You keep locating your path, keep standing up for what you believe in. And apart from that, I also need practical strategy. How are you raising your children in this porous environment? We need it. Some people, they have their houses close to their house. They have clubs there. They have betting centers there. They have a neighbor who is girly, a boy neighbor who is girly. They have a female neighbor who all she talks about is hook up and runs. They have all of that around them. That is a porous environment. How are you going to raise your child in such a porous environment? Somebody once said to me that close to our house, okay, a visionary parent, that close to our house, they sell, I think, she used the word paraga there. And also remembered one time in Lagos, we were looking for a house to stay, a house to live in, and the very house they took us to that I liked, opposite the house was a woman selling paraga. And the luck I had was that we went there after work. Then I used to have a 9 to 5. We went there after work. Before you move from Ikoyi to the mainland, it would have been 7, 8. It was getting dark when the agent took us there. By the time we got there, okay, I think the agent had described the place to us previously. So we went there. When we got there, the place was okay, fine, nothing. I was like, okay, I was considering it. So that particular day, somehow, I just said the agent needed to take us there. When the agent took us there, it was that night. And lo and behold, a place that was okay in the morning when we got there, I realized that the place right opposite my house was a woman who will come, who will put block, and puts a bowl there and was selling paraga. You know what we say paraga? I don't know what other word to call it. Drinks, all those alcoholic drinks. Not even all those small alcoholic drinks they put in bottle, they put in sachet. She will sell cigarette, those ones they smoke. Then she will say, I'm sure she was selling other other drugs along with it. That was what they were selling, which means if I was living in that place, every single evening, as soon as I got home, my door was locked. No coming to the balcony for air or things like that. We'll just stay inside. You know, there are people living there. You know, how did they crack the code? I've heard people talk about, oh, I grew up in Ajegule, the famous Ajegule in Lagos, and they are doing well. They came out well. What happened to them? How did they do it? And we see have people living in Ajegule who came out notoriously notorious for negativity. So what did the parents of those that came out well know that the other parents did not know? So it's cracking the code. Winning the parenting battles is about cracking the code. Okay, let's wrap up quickly. Listening and ignoring instructions. If you have a toddler that they don't listen and they don't listen to you, they don't obey instructions. Parents will say, I have to yell before my toddler will answer. Nah, you yell, your toddler answers you when your toddler doesn't answer until you yell, because they are used to you yelling before they answer. They think you are not serious until you yell. You have communicated to them that it is when I yell that I am serious. So what you want to do for your toddlers, there is a book I recommend at this point, 1, 2, 3 Magic of Discipline. We read it in the Visionary Parenting the other year or thereabouts. It says that you are going to tell your toddlers, communicate to your toddlers, 1, 2, 3 Magic. If I tell you the first time, the second time, the third time, you are going to be disciplined. Straight off, there is no negotiation about it. So if you tell your toddler that, okay, until you yell before they respond to you, they will not respond until you yell. So what do you want to do? You are not going to wait for that. The first time you say something, mean it. The very first time you say it, mean it. If you mean it the first time, then they'll begin to take it. And another thing is, you want to make sure your instructions are clear. When you want to communicate to your toddlers, they are not like adults. They cannot reason outside the box. So what you want to do, you are not going to use sarcasm. Curse the sarcasm. Be very direct. Make your instructions clear and short. Meet them, bend to their knee level. Make eye contact with them and explain to them. Hold them by the hand, look at them in the eyes, bend to their level and tell them, I don't do this. Do this instead. You redirect them. Do this instead. This will cause X, Y, Z. You are not lying. You are saying the simple truth, because your toddler needs to learn to trust you from the start. So you saying the simple truth, it's how you are going to have them trust you. So you are going to tell them what they should do. Just don't tell them don't do this, because children, they don't operate in emptiness. They must find something to do. That is why your child goes to church, they are playing, they cannot sit down. The pastor is preaching, it's not for them, they are not understanding. The grammar is too big. It is why I don't understand parents who take their toddlers to big church. It never makes sense to me. Except you don't want your toddler to learn. So you have them sit down. When they sit down in church, they are playing, they are jumping about, because they are wired to play. They are wired to be, not just play, they are wired to be busy. And for them, play is busy. Their busy is fun. So what you do is, you actually go and meet them. When you communicate to them, redirect them. Don't tell them stop this. You are going to tell them do this instead. They are playing with your car key. You know that, okay, they are going to misplace this car key. Go there, have the car key, and swap it for something else they can play with. So when you are giving them instructions, go and meet them. Make the instruction clear. Don't throw the instructions. Rather, have them come near you and make the clear instruction. Meet them, have them with you, make eye contact, and give your very clear instructions. They will understand and they will follow. Is there any parenting battles that we did not mention here today? Feel free to leave it in the comment section, and I assure you that I will come back to the comments and answer you. Don't forget that this is Parenting with Enimien Rebel, and my name is Parenting with Enimien Rebel. And Parenting with Enimien Rebel is brought to you by the Visionary Parents Academy. And in 2 weeks, we are going to be having, is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks? We are going to be having our inaugural conference, Winning the Parenting Battles. Please come with your questions. It is going to be transformational. You are going to learn. Just don't come with your questions alone. Please talk to other people about it. If you're a school owner, tell your schools that there is a conference going on that they should attend. If you are a pastor or you are in a church, let them know that there's a conference coming up that they should attend. They are going to learn practical. It's all about practical. Cracking parenting codes, winning parenting battles, whatever the battle is they have in their parenting. They have people who have been there before. These are people who have been, we didn't just bring, we could have just gone to say, okay, coach, you are a coach of sex education. Come and teach parents how to empower their children. You are a coach on it. No, we just don't want to be random coaches who may be talking from theories, who may not be talking from experience. We want real people who have their own real experiences to share. People with real experiences. That is why we are coaches, not coaches. As long as they have the real experience to share, it is how our conference is going to operate. Our conference is going to be every year, and every year we're going to bring people who have real experiences to share, who have cracked it. So what you want to do, invite everyone you know to come and partake of this, because it is going to be helpful. It is going to be transformational. Don't also forget that the Boss of Me magazine, June edition is out. The Boss of Me magazine is a magazine every teenager needs, every preteen needs. Is a mentorship magazine. Is a method teen or twin magazine. A magazine that will literally mentor your teenager. I'm going to be sharing, in the conference, I'm going to be sharing my journey, my own life. If I had a mentor as a teen, I probably would have been able to do a lot more. I would have done things differently. I would have done a lot of this. I would have achieved a whole lot. As a teenager, I was burning with passion, with desire. I had dreams, but I had no mentor. I had no guidance. Did I read books? Of course I did. I only read books, love stories, Myths and Bones, and all of that. Those were the books I read as a teenager. And yeah, at the end of the day, those were about the books I read. And sorry, someone was trying to call me. Those are the books I read as a teenager. Did they impact me? I can't say they did or they did not. I can't say they did or they did not. But if I had books that guided me, if I had books that literally held my hands, if I had mentors, who told me, oh, you love to do this, there are opportunities, you can do this is what you can do, I probably would have done things so differently. I would have discovered myself earlier than I did, but I did not. We don't want the same thing for our kids. I personally don't want the same things for my kids. That is why I have the Boss of Me magazine, the Method Teens magazine, a magazine that will literally mentor your kids, your teens, your preteens and your teens. And this one is all about being authentic to self. Authenticity. So it is just 1,000 naira only, 1,000 naira only e-magazine. Here's how I use it. Whenever a new edition is out, my kids and I will sit down for the next 1 week or next 2 weeks. We're going to read a few pages every day. We talk about it. We have conversations around it. We are bonding. We are laughing. They are picking my brains. And I'm actually understanding how their mind works. And it is always fun. Fun and learning, meeting each other. It is what happens with the Boss of Me, the Method Teens magazine. It is just 1,000 naira for about 45 or 46 pages. Your teens are going to read, and they are going to, their future, we thank you for it. So please send a message to get your copy now. It's just 1,000 naira. You have it in your phone as soon as you pay for it. And also remember, the conference is coming. The conference, prepare to be transformed. Prepare to learn and unlearn. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Enimien, and if you got value, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. If you got value, know that you get value from our previous videos. So just take your time, sit down, go back to our previous videos, watch one after the other, and most especially take action. If you don't take action, you will not get results. You take action. Your result is in your action. You take action and you will get results. Remember, parenting is strategic, and we are here to give you strategies to win in all your parenting battles. And also don't forget, as you watch, as you get value, as you take action, invite other parents to this community. Please share. It won't take you anything to share now. It won't take you anything. It won't take you anything. Just copy the link and say, oh, sis, bro, I saw this channel on YouTube and it's amazing. I've learned a lot. I've been empowered. My parenting is transforming. I think to benefit you. Oh, share with your wife, share with your husband, share with your parents in your school, share with your parents in your church, share to every community where parents are, because there's something in this channel that will benefit them. Please share. It won't cost you anything to share. So please share. Every day I get church programs in my DM. Every single day I get someone is sending me a link to join a prayer, sending me a link. Why don't you share this link, share this channel like that now, please? If you share this channel the way you share those links to prayers and all of that, I am sure we'll be having more intentional and visionary parents in our society, and we can be sure that our children will also be safe, be very safe, and be super safe, because everyone is intentional, everyone is visionary. So please copy the link and share. Thank you so much for joining me today. See you next Wednesday. Bye.